Okay, so this is my size now.
Look at this girl. I hate her.
Like that, but that is
Show me your cake. Look at the cake. Look at the cake. Look at that. Look at that. Look. Ooh, oh.
It looks bigger than what it does in real life.
Oh.
Like, it looks bigger than what it does. But let me tell y'all, I've been working. I'm not just showing off, oh, look at my butt. Like, no, I've been working. My stomach is not how it was, though. Because but the thing is, I haven't done sit-ups in such a long time.
I'm happy we're talking about this, because that's what we're talking about right now.
What?
You tell me, it's your channel.
We're going to be talking about weight and our experiences with weight. So, let's get... Oh, my name is Ashley Joyce. If you don't know by now, let's make sure you subscribe. This is Jazz in Motion. Make sure you subscribe to her, and let's get straight into the video.
And if you guys didn't hear what she said, my name is Jazz in Motion, and this is Ashley Joyce. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to our channels.
This thing was like the transcription.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys, today we're going to be talking about weight and everything like that and our weight experiences. So, I guess I'll go ahead and start. So for me, I've always been called skinny girl. I've always been called a twig. I've always been called small, skinny, no booty, flat, just skinny, anorexic, skinny, do you eat, skinny.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you have a nice body. I would love to be your size. Do you need to eat? Do you eat? Like, what? Like,
that's fucking rude. That's rude.
I always used to say, like, people be like, oh, that's such a compliment. Like, how is it a compliment if people are constantly calling you a name that is not seen as a compliment, especially not in the African American community? So my experience, I mean, when people see me now, they're like, oh, you have shape. But I was not always this thick. So
this girl right here, you know, she got cakes and stuff as time went.
I'm lying, y'all. I'm not thinking I'm so skinny still, but you know.
She's so skinny, you guys.
I'm so skinny. I ain't even lie. Like, I'm legit, like, small. But the thing is, I'm very small, but I'm not, like, straight up and down. You know, I do have curves.
You have some hips, and you have,
And people be thinking, like, I'm just this stick figure, but maybe it's the clothes I used to wear. But I have gained, you know, 12 pounds. I've been trying to gain weight. I'm trying to get back to 130 because I lost a lot of weight when I first moved out here. But don't ever get it twisted. This is somebody small. Like, you guys, we get a lot of backlash too. Like, people think, oh, you look at the magazines, you look at this, and that's how, like, the world operates. No, not everybody sees small as a good thing. A lot of people do see it as a good thing, but they say offensive things. So for me, what I learned is to love myself. I don't care how skinny or small or thick or, you know, whatever I am. I'm gonna be the best healthy version of me that I can be, and that's what's important to me. Health as well. What about you?
So, guys, if you didn't watch the bullying video, first I'd stop this, go watch that video, and then come back because this is gonna kind of deal with that. My dad's a personal trainer. He's very healthy, doesn't drink soda, doesn't eat candy, doesn't eat cake, doesn't nothing. Like, he's very healthy. So I kind of got raised in a house where he would like come and grab my stomach and be like, you need to go run. So I've always had a complex about my size. I've always had, like, I always wish I was skinnier. I always wish I was smaller, you know? But as I started getting older and maturing and, you know, just age comes knowledge, I've just learned to love my body. Whether I gain weight or I lose weight, I refuse to be subconscious about myself, you know? Like, honestly, I just do, because that's hard to live with yourself feeling like you're not pretty, you know, like no one wants you, you're undesirable. Like, that's a hard thing to live with, and I refuse to go back to feeling like that. So I took a long time to like work on my self-confidence, to work on myself, and we already talked about, like, I had a big problem with just like my race, with being mixed and trying to fit in, and then being bigger. Not only am I bigger in my weight, like I wear size 16 pants, like my boobs are really, like, I'm just a big girl in general. It was hard because I'm the mixed girl, I'm the larger girl, I'm 5'9", like I'm tall as well. So I was the girl like no boys would ever want to date. Like, who wants the big tall girl? But like she said, I learned more about like being healthy, you know, and it's more about not feeling like weighed down, not feeling tired and, you know, sick and exhausted, but just really about being happy with the skin I'm in. And if I'm not happy, then I'll go to the gym, I'll eat healthy, I'll get myself together. But I just learned to not listen to other people's opinions about me anymore.
I love that. Having your own opinion about yourself is what matters most, and it should be shaped by how you truly feel, and not by how others feel, because other people's perception is just their perception. That's all it's ever going to be, and the fact is what you make it. The facts is what you live in. The facts is what you, because when you go home at night, you're laying down in that bed, you're thinking about yourself, they're not there with you. They don't have to live through you, your experience, your life, the way you feel about yourself. You do. So you have to find ways to shape how you feel. And for me, it was really important that I gained that confidence in myself. I became confident in not only who I was, but what I was doing with my life, how I was impacting others, who God said that I am. You know, like who do He say? Like, what does He say about me? Those are things that was very important for me. And honestly, one day I was like, you know what? I actually like my size. Like, this is me. I've always been small. I'm probably gonna always be small. My body has been built to be small. My bones are small. You know,
I'm big boned.
Exactly. And even my doctor told me, like, you don't have bigger bones, so be careful because you gain weight, it can affect your heart. And I'm like, what? You know, like you can gain weight, just don't gain too much weight, because everybody's body is a type, and it's built for certain things, and God made you special. He made you for amazing things. And the thing is, if you focus more on the aspect of health, it becomes easier, because now your body will be the way it's supposed to be. But if you're eating healthy, you're exercising, you're thinking about your mental health, like all those things, because mental health plays a big role.
Yeah.
Because if you're depressed and you stress and you're not eating, you lose weight, or you're eating like way more than you normally would. It's so many things. So I really say do a scan of yourself, far as the health scan, and then doing the mental scan, and then doing that confidence scan. Like, what am I confident in? Am I confident in the right things? And really, kind of falling on that.
And I feel like something that's really important is to, like, ask yourself, when you're looking at yourself and you're like, if you're judging yourself, who's giving you these credentials? Who's telling you what you're supposed to look like? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where are you getting this list from that say you're supposed to be this size, you're supposed to look like this, you're supposed to do this? Because what we find attractive in America is not what they find attractive in Europe, and what they find attractive in Europe is not what they find attractive in Asia. And so it's just like, really, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So if you look at yourself and you're like, damn, I'm beautiful, you're beautiful. Now, if you look at yourself and you don't like what you see, then change it for you.
For you. Facts. 100%.
Because my weight has always been up and down. Like, I will go from a size 12 to a size 16, depending. If you guys go to my channel and look at my videos from about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was getting skinny. Like, I was getting nice. But I was also depressed. You know what I mean? So it's like, and right now I'm big. Right now I'm bigger than what I typically am. Like, these past few years, I've been eating, I've been snacking a lot, and I know that. And so recently I've been cutting down, I've been working out, I started pole fitness, but that was for me.
Exactly. And you did it for you, and that's the key thing, is to really, like she said, when it all boils down to it, for me, being smaller definitely came with a lot of stigma. Like, people are like, oh, you're skinny, you're this, you're that, do you not eat? For her, it was like the other side.
And people, and like, I feel like for you, it's really hard because people would just say it. Like, oh, you're just, like, oh, you're skinny. Like, it was just kind of something they would say. People don't really go around saying, oh, you're big.
Yeah.
Until it's like a situation where they're trying to tear you down.
Exactly.
You know, like when my dad said that, I know he was doing it because he wanted me to be healthy. But with him doing that, it also allowed me to have a thick skin. Because what I did realize is, when I would argue with people or have, a disagreement on a fight, one of the first things that they would say is, well, with your fat ass, or you're fat, or da-da-da. And before, it used to hurt me. But now I'm just like, you can kiss every inch of this fat ass. Like, I don't care. I'm going to go eat a burger, and I'm going to go eat a salad, and I'm healthy, and I'm happy, and I'm beautiful, and I'm gorgeous. And oh, well, shit.
Exactly. And I think another key thing is to make sure that you don't get so caught up in the outside, but make sure you are focusing on the inside. Because the most beautiful, baddest, best looking body can look very ugly real quick.
I just posted something about that, like girls who have bomb bodies with ugly attitudes, and it's like, act your face.
Yeah,
girl.
seriously, because some people, I've seen people that I thought was gorgeous, and then I met them and they were really stuck up and snobby and had like worse attitude, and literally, they physically turn ugly to me. Like physically looking at them, I'm like, ugh.
And then I also feel like I've seen the opposite. Growing up, I always thought like the girls that we looked at as like the most gorgeous girls, the 10s, were always the mean girls. And as I got older, I realized like they're not. Like not everyone who's beautiful is mean. And
or that stuck up, because I've gotten called that so many times, and I'm like, how? I'm far from, like, literally far from that. I never understood that. Then people get to know me and they're like, oh, you know, and I'm like, well, why would you even assume that? I never understood that.
Is there a suggestion that you could give to people if they are dealing with this, like something that they can do to help themselves feel better about who they are?
So I have two. The first thing is, if you're Christian, make sure that, because I'm
it's our answer for everything.
It really is. I'm telling you, like, that has, my life wouldn't be where it is. I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for my faith. That's just facts. But know who God says you are. Like, it's so many positive things about God's children in the Bible that a lot of times we overlook. And if God says it, you know, like, that's what it is. And so for me, I rely on what He thinks about me, not other people. And then at the same time, I work on myself, work on who I am. Like I say, the heart starts first. So if I know my attitude is messed up, I try to adjust that. If I know that I'm not doing things with purpose, I try to fix those things first. And then I work on myself in every way, including working out, exercising, just being my best version of myself and whatever that looks like. But I fall in love with who I am by my own standard of what it is I want out of my life. I don't try to allow other people to tell me what my life should be and how it should look, and they agree or not doesn't really make a difference, because I know what God told me to do, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to feel that. And I think falling in love with yourself, it takes time, it takes effort, but do what you got to do. Even if it's going to therapy, like even if it's things you can't overcome by yourself, go to therapy, but and find people who are going to support you. Surround yourself, please, people who are going to love you and support you, not treat you like ish and make you feel worse and talk about you. And maybe if they don't know that they're making you feel that way, so say something first. And if they still continuously do it, then you don't surround yourself with love. That's what you fill yourself up with. Fill it up with yourself and keep that going by surrounding yourself with that in that environment. What about you?
You took it. I was gonna just say, like, surround yourself with positive people. Surround yourself with people who support you, because even if you're in a negative space, if you're surrounded with people who believe in you and who want you to, you know, be the best you, and who know your goals and who knows your heart, you're setting yourself up for success. If you're surrounding yourself with people who are negative, who are doing the wrong things, who it's gonna eventually, you know, take a toll on you. And that's something I definitely do. And I keep really beautiful people around me, and not just outside, like just in general, my crowd, my friends, the people you actually see here on my channel and on, you know, my platforms. These are people who, they fuel me. And like, you don't want to always feel like you're using someone for something, but let's be honest, we are.
Everybody.
People, my friends fuel me. Like, I can literally have the worst day and I can call Ash, I can call D-Lo, I can call Sarah, you know, I can call my friends, and I can let them know, like, I'm feeling ugly today. And they'll be like, bitch, you're the baddest bitch in the world. And sometimes you need someone to hype you. You need someone to remind you, like, girl, you got it. You
life can hit you down.
Yeah, and it can. And it's hard to pull yourself out. So have someone there that's gonna cheer you on, that's gonna remind you that you're bad, that's gonna remind you that you're beautiful, no matter what. Like, you guys, I had to get my tooth pulled because I had a root canal and I didn't go back to get it finished. So now I'm going through this whole process. This is the ugliest thing to me. Like, I always try to cover it. Anytime I laugh, I try to put my hand over my face. It's ugly. Like, I hate it. It's something I'm very self-conscious about. And I did YouTube for a few months because of it, because I was like, I don't want people to see me like that. it took me some time to build my confidence back up to feel comfortable and say, you know what, this is what I'm gonna look like. My smile's gonna look busted for a year until I can get it fixed. And it's just what I'm going through.
And she's still beautiful. So that's facts. So, see, we hugging every video because I feel like this is like some real stuff. Like we've been talking about some real topics today.
Yeah.
Like some real serious topics. And I think you guys, we just really, hopefully this like helps you guys and really touch you guys. No matter what shape you are, all sizes are beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Love yourself and love others.
And take words back. Like
yes.
some people like to think like, oh, plus size is a bad word. You could ask her. I'm quick to say I'm plus size.
Yep. And that's the thing I don't understand. Like when people try to say things like, "Oh, this is why weight only equals to what you put in it." Like if you have something that's 500 pounds, like, and I'm talking about, let's say you have rice. You have 500 pounds of rice versus 500 pounds of doodle. Like I hate that word, but what's gonna weigh is what you put in it. So if you put the word to have bad reputation, like, oh, plus size is negative, then of course people are gonna see it as negative. But if you take that word, you redefine it, and I don't think there's anything negative about plus size. Period. Exactly. I think plus size is beautiful. Heck, give me some of that. I need some of that curve. You know what I'm saying?
And with that, I have something to say. Find friends that are similar to you. Because growing up, most of my friends were smaller. So when I did find other friends that were plus size, they were bigger girls, and I seen like, damn, like these girls are confident, these girls are beautiful.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't realize how beautiful you can be. Yeah. You're like, for example, there's girls that are
that's
like.
That's how it was me with skinny. I felt this, 100%.
You don't know. You're just like,
everybody was thick and got booties, and I'm over here to tweak in and out was what they would say.
But then it's like, when you see that, it helps you better be like, well, damn. She's gorgeous. Yeah. I remember always thinking like, damn, I'm 5'9". Anytime I walk in a room, people are gonna think I'm masculine just because I'm so tall. I couldn't wrap my head around that I'm still feminine even though I'm tall. People would be like, Jasmine, you're such a girly girl. I'm like, no, I'm not. Because I always thought that people just thought, you know, like I'm a monster because, and then like I started meeting other really tall, gorgeous women, and I start to feel like, oh well. She doesn't look like a monster to me. She doesn't look masculine, and she's taller than I am, and she's freaking gorgeous. And once you like realize that, and you realize like, oh, damn, why can't I look at myself like I look at everyone else? Why can't I see the good?
Aw, that's so sweet.
It'll help.
I love that. I really do. And I think you guys, hopefully that actually help you guys too, because I think sometimes we can do that. We can compare ourselves to, you're comparing apples and oranges. And you're like, wait, an apple is never going to look like well, let's say get some GMOs, but you know, it's not the same thing. So you really want to be careful what you're comparing, and you need to really, honestly, the comparisons need to stop, because you are who you are. You're going to be what you be, and you're going to change what you want, but that doesn't change who you are.
Exactly.
It's still you.
If you're going to compare yourself to anyone, compare it to yourself, the person that you want to be, the man, the woman that you want to become.
Thank you.
So that way you can make the changes that's necessary to be that future you.
Oh, I'm going to end it there because I love that. That was perfect.
You're so cute.
That was perfect. Well, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we helped inspire you. We love you. Don't forget to subscribe below and make sure you follow her and check her out.
I know I've been emotional these past few videos, but my channel, I don't be crying like this, guys.
No, it's because we've been talking about some real serious
topics. You've been having
No,
your channel, my stuff has been lighthearted, but she's really out here trying to help people.
So are you.
Thanks.
We're helping them together. Now subscribe. We love y'all.